MLB. We got WNBA tomorrow. We do have that MMA promotion that was just given out this morning. Make sure you guys take advantage of it. Hopefully you guys got it. It is a protected play. $20 is the minimum. Some of you may have gotten more. But check your promotions tab. You should have a protected play for MMA tonight. But let's get started. I do have 5 props for MLB and 5 for college football. Still working on my day 2 of the Latter Day Challenge picks. But let's get started on MLB. I'm going to go straight to pitcher strikeouts. Some of these props are going to get bumped. Hopefully you guys get these in. These games are about to start as well soon, so hopefully you guys get these in. Jose Barrios, first one I like. Definitely taking his Gabi at 3.5, but I will be taking his original line. Joey Cantillo, I see this getting bumped down to 5. Hopefully you guys get this in. I do like it a lot. I'll be taking the under. Next one is JT Ginn. Moore against the White Sox. The matchup is there. He's been averaging 5 strikeouts since he's being called up to the rotation. Jack Flaherty, I was waiting. It was at 6.5. At 6, I'm definitely going to take it now. Chris Sale might push at 7. So I might target his pitcher fantasy score to go under. I think the Dodgers will get to him. He's been pitching lights out. Most likely going to win the Cy Young this year for the National League. But I think he gets shelled once before the season's over, and I think the matchup is there. Dodgers should bounce back from yesterday's loss. So Chris Sale, I'm just going to fade him completely. But if you want, you can take over his pitcher strikeouts for fantasy. You can't go wrong with him. But I think the Dodgers will get to him today, so I'm going to completely fade him. Logan Gilbert at 7 going against Scherzer. Might take the under on this. He's been pitching lights out, but I think the Rangers should get to him. Head on over to hits allowed for Joe Musgrove, 4.5. He's never missed his line against the Giants, and he just faced the Giants last week. He allowed 8 hits, but overall in his career, he's always allowed 5 hits or more. He's had quality starts. He's had high strikeouts against the Giants, so it all depends on which Joe Musgrove shows up. But I still think he allows 5 hits and gets 6 innings, quality start. So I'll be taking his hits allowed at 5. And those are the 5 I'll be rolling with for MLB. Most likely include a couple Gabis for pitcher strikeouts for Flaherty, Barrios. Let's head on over to college football. Still working on college football. It's a huge slate today. We're going to go straight to passing yards. I did post a couple slips last night for the early morning games on my Discord. But for the later evening games, my favorite is Josh Hoover. He'll most likely be my day 2 of the Latter Day Challenge. But it's becoming a popular play, so most likely it's going to get bumped up. So I'm going to get that in soon. I'm still finding a pair. Josh Hoover's passing yards at 262.2. He has a ceiling of 300. He averages about 300, especially last season. You can see his past 5. Obviously, we don't look at that because past 4 games, he's been from last season's stats. But these 2 games this season, he's gone well over 300 yards, 353, 267. He still catches his line. The matchup is there, should be a high-scoring game. I don't project you to get 300 yards or more. So Josh Hoover will be my play of the day for college football. His pass completion is juiced under on Daily Grind Fantasy. So you can see he had 20 last time out, 28. He averages in the mid-20s, so I'm surprised Daily Grind Fantasy has it at under, so something's going on there. But just figure I'll mention that since the sportsbooks have it going under. His passing yards, they do have it going over, so it's a big reason why I'll be taking the over. Plus the matchup is there. Eli will be my second one for passing yards, and that is Eli from the UCLA Bruins. Actually, it's Ethan. Sorry about that. It's Ethan Garbers. That's UCLA's quarterback. 213 passing yards. He had a good opening day. 272. He's had more than 2 weeks of rest. Good game plan going against the team. So I'll be taking the over on 213.5. Which brings me to my next quarterback, and that's Eli Holston. This is definitely going to be a blowout. I'm going to be taking Holstein against West Virginia. It's not going to be a blow. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I think Pitt's QB Eli should go off on his passing yards. You can take his Gobby to play it safe, which is at 249. His original line is at 272, so I'll be taking the over. I'm projected to get 300 yards. As you can see, the past 2 games he's done fairly well. His completion rate is good as well. Plus the matchup is there for a high-scoring game. Next one is LeJohntay Western, and I'll be taking his receiving yards. Colorado should bounce back. I don't think they can afford another loss, especially against a team they should beat or are projected to beat. So I think Western should have a big game, should bounce back from the Nebraska disaster. So I'll be taking LeJohntay Western. You can look into Shaddai Sanders as well to bounce back. You always want to target players to bounce back. So you want to take Saunders. Pass attempts or pass completion. He should pass a lot. He should go crazy and bounce back. You can take his passing yards at 323. It's been hovering around there the entire season. Fantasy score, he should have a couple of touchdowns. You can see his first opening game at 34.5. So we all know he has a high ceiling. It just depends which Saunders shows up. And last one I'll be going with is Savon Williams. And I'm going to be taking his receiving yards. Unless that game started already. 61.5. TCU, like I mentioned, Josh Hoover, I have him over. He's going to target his number 1 receiver, and that is Savion Williams. And I'll be taking the over on that. That rounds up my top college football plays. Still working on the day 2 of the Ladder Day Challenge, but I know Josh Hoover should be in it somehow. Either his passing yards, fantasy score. I'm going to wait till the lines either get bumped up or down, hopefully to my favor. Just like Jack Flaherty and MLB pitcher strikeouts, which got bumped to 6. Make sure you guys get that at 6. If it gets bumped to 6.5, make sure you fade it. But at 6, I do like it at 6. Other than that, mix and match. If you're interested in the Discord, the link in the description below. I'll be posting my MMA slip there, along with other additional slips on other platforms, including the sleeper and underdog promos that we have going on. Other than that, please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. Have a great weekend, and see you guys in the next one.